One of my favorite things from Marvel Studios is their ability to bring lesser known characters into the big screen and make them shine in such a great way. I still remember in 2014 when I saw Guardians of the Galaxy, I had no idea who any of these characters were, what their powers were, what their history was in the Marvel comics. And by the end of the movie, I was so like mind blown from what I saw. I had such a great experience. And it's the same thing with Shang-Chi. I think this movie shines in such a great way with all the characters and all the direction the movie has. It's a proof that if you have a good script and you have a good character and just a good movie planned and written from beginning to end, you can make like any character shine, even if the audience doesn't know it. So I really enjoyed this movie, and today I'm going to explain why and go over the reasons that I think this is one of the best Marvel things in the year, like one of their best properties after the shows we had this year, and why I'm optimistic for the future of Marvel Studios. If you're somebody like me who went into the movie with moderate expectations and no idea who Shang-Chi was, one of the first things you'll notice is that the movie does a great job of just capturing you, like, really quick. And the story, like the way the story advances is really quick and the characters are instantly likable. So we're presented with Shang-Chi, who was played by Simu Liu, who did a great job with the character. I think that actor is very charismatic and just does a great job. And I think he's very skilled with, with all the stunts and stuff that he had to do. And also Katie, played with Awkwafina, I think her character was one of the best parts of the movie. She was so funny. She made me laugh so much. And I think they had a really great chemistry. So Simu Liu and Awkwafina have a awesome chemistry that is showed throughout the movie, and these are two main characters. And I think the characters in a film are some of the best things in the movie, in any kind of movie. So the way it instantly introduces you to these characters, like some of their motivations, some of their backstory, especially with Shang-Chi's story, which I thought was one of the best parts in the movie, and I'll explain a little bit more of that in a little bit because of the relationship he has with his father. You're treated to a very awesome experience from beginning to end, and that's one of the best parts of the movie, like the way the story advances and also like the way it concludes towards the end. So first of all, let me talk about this other character who is Shang-Chi's father in the movie. So now I'm going to talk a little bit about spoilers. So if you don't want to get the movie spoiled, skip straight ahead. But one of my favorite parts of the movie is Shang-Chi's relationship with Wenwu, who is his father. So Wenwu is an immortal warrior who's been kind of the bearer of the Ten Rings, which are these things that give him his powers and later get passed on to Shang-Chi in the final battle. And their relationship was pretty well made, like pretty well written. I think the whole family conflict dynamic is something really awesome that not many like movies explore, especially superhero movies. So it was nice to see some of this relationship that they had. Like also, like none of the characters are really evil. You could say like evil because Wenwu is kind of like the main antagonist of the movie, but also I think his motivations are very justified, especially like his whole journey to trying to find his wife, his belief that she was still alive in the cave. I think that was well made and well written. It worked in a well made way, and that all leads into the final part of the movie, which I think was one of the best sequences I've ever seen in a long time, especially in fantasy movies and just like superhero movies that have kind of like heavy science fiction set pieces and a lot of CGI. I think this movie did a great job, and I'll explain why because there's a specific scene towards the end that's just like all out, mayhem and, a battle between two giant dragons, which I thought was super incredible. That entire section at the end with the hidden world and the hidden village, it has like really awesome scenery and it has like really unique creature designs. And for me, who's like I consider myself like a nerd when it comes to like creature designs and just like science fiction fantasy elements in movies. So seeing that in the end of this film was something completely unexpected for me because I'm not really somebody who sees the trailers. I try not to watch trailers, especially movies I don't know anything about, so I just get surprised, and it did that. It really surprised me, especially towards the end, with Shang-Chi riding the dragon, the whole battle with the Ten Rings, and then like the two dragons, the Soul Eater thing. It was just amazing. It was super awesome. Something like right out of Bloodborne or a fantasy book, and it led to a really awesome conclusion. And I think that was my one of my favorite parts of the movie. Really enjoyed it, and I like to see more of this stuff in Marvel Studios in the future, like more fantasy heavy themes because I really enjoy watching things like that. So yeah, overall the movie is very enjoyable. It has a lot of humor, like humor we're used to from Marvel Studios, which makes it really awesome, really fun. I think somebody who's not into superhero movies will really enjoy this movie. I think Shang-Chi is a really great addition to the, Marvel roster, the future of the MCU. And that's explained a lot in like several post-credit scenes where he kind of like meets the Avengers and it leads to a lot of things that I'm excited about. So I'm really optimistic and happy for the future of the MCU. Obviously, I can't wait for Spider-Man, No Way Home, and Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. I think those are going to be two great movies. And also, I'm excited for Eternals because if this movie taught us anything, is that if Marvel wants to bring a lesser known character to the big screen, they're going to do it in a great way. And they proved this with Shang-Chi, so I'm also excited about that movie. I'm going to make a review and talk about it when it comes out because I think Marvel's in a roll right now. Even though I didn't like the TV shows, I think they're doing great. So, anyways, but that was everything for Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. As a final score, I'm going to give it a 78 out of 100. I think it was great. I liked it. I liked a lot of its themes, its visuals. I think were fantastic. Also, Ben Kingsley is back in this one as the fake Mandarin from Iron Man 3. So that was a really awesome callback, and he's a really great character and super funny. So, anyways, I think that's everything for today. Thank you all for watching. Leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. See ya.